video, we're looking at how you can create an amazing script for your manga, comic, or graphic novel. We will be looking at 3 different methods which you can apply to the stories you're telling. I hope you enjoy this video and it helps you to turn your manga into a masterpiece. So let's look at the 3 different methods you can use when creating a script in your manga or comic. Why is it so important to have a script? It gives you more control over the direction of the scene. By creating a script, you can read over multiple scenes to make sure that they all work in succession with each other. It also helps you to plan out where you want multiple scenes to go. It can help you better understand how to transition one scene into the next scene. It also makes it easier to storyboard your manga or comic pages. A script is so necessary when it's creating the storyboards and layouts for your book. Is there a professional method? The answer is no. There is no professional set method to creating a manga or comic script. However, most professional comic creators will follow screenwriting techniques. In these methods, we will be looking at some more commonly used methods when it comes to writing a script for a manga, comic, or graphic novel. So let's look at method 1, which is simplistic. In this method, you keep it very simple, focusing only on the descriptions of the settings, the dialogue, and the action. So for this particular method, we're going to look at a script for a scene from my own manga, Having Faith. My manga Having Faith is available on a variety of websites. To see where it is available in your country, make sure to visit my website in the description box down below. So in this video, we'll be looking at some examples of a script from it. Now, this particular method, method 1, is the method that I like to use when I am creating my own manga or graphic novel. So let's take a look at this together and the elements of this. So to begin, you start with the chapter number or page number so you can better understand what part of the scene you are focusing on. From there, you can write a description of what is happening in the scene. Willow is standing at the sink in the school bathroom. She splashes her face with water. When she looks up, Faith is reflected in the mirror beside her. Faith says, "You can't trust him, Willow. You can't trust anyone. He will never understand you like I do." Willow wipes the rest of the water off her face with her hand. And she says, "But I have to try. Jack is our friend now too, and I want to keep being friends with him." She smiles at Faith in the mirror, but Faith only continues to glare at her. Faith says, "He's your friend, not mine." Willow's face falls. Faith, "Someday he will hurt you, Willow, and when he does, come back to me." Faith stares back at Willow in the mirror. "Your imaginary friend will always be here." So, in the elements of this script, you start with the chapter or page number for the scene, and you also provide descriptions for the scene alongside the dialogue. Write the character name and then their dialogue on an indent. This particular script for this scene was turned into these manga pages. This is why a script is so important. It can help you understand how to lay out your pages and turn it into more finalized artwork like this. Method 2 is panel by panel. In this method, you describe what is happening in each panel. So here is an example script for method 2, which is panel by panel. At the top, you write the chapter number and the page number. Also include the number of panels in the scene to help you better understand how you should lay out the page. Panel 1. The scene focuses on a village in the distance. You can see a lush landscape surrounding the village. In the very far distance, the castle can be seen. Panel 2. There is a closer image of a house, which looks very quaint and perfect, except for the broken window at the front. Tia says, "Now look what you've done." Panel 3. Show the inside of the house. Tia and Saya are inside. Saya is poised with a magic wand in one hand and a book in the other. Tia is standing nearby, holding her magic staff, with an exasperated look on her face. "You had the book upside down again, didn't you?" "No," Saya replies. In panel 4, Saya peers at the book and then sheepishly turns it around. "Besides, I nearly had it this time." Panel 5. She gestures at a rough target on the wall, which she had clearly been aiming for. Instead, the blast of magic shattered the window, which was very close by. "See?" Panel 6. Tia sighs, moving her staff. The shards of glass on the floor begin gathering themselves into a neat pile. In any case, perhaps you should also learn a spell for repairing windows. That's on the next page. Convenient. So let's look at the elements of this scene. As we mentioned, at the top you write the chapter and page number, and you also include the number of panels in the scene. This is especially important if you're working with an artist and they need to know how many panels there are. Describe the setting in each panel. Write the character's name and what they are saying. Indent it, which means putting it in so it stands out. Include any actions in the panel description. This is also a very common method when script writing for a manga or comic. Now let's look at method 3, which is a detailed method. This particular method follows a more traditional screenwriting technique. You will commonly see this method used in a lot of scripts for TV or movies or even anime. So let's take a look at this more detailed technique. For this particular example, I will be using a script that I wrote in my video game script writing tutorial, which you can watch in the card just there. So let's take a look at this script together. We use fade in to begin the scene. This is more important when writing for an actual movie/TV show and isn't really as important when creating a comic or manga script, so you can choose whether to have that or not. If the scene is taking place outside, you write EXT for exterior or ENT for interior if the scene is taking place inside. And then you write where the scene is taking place. So in this example, it is EXT, it's outside, and it's at the Avalon Town Square, midday. You write the time that the scene is occurring at. The scene pans to a busy town square. There are several market stalls set up, and the villagers are moving between the stalls with baskets of various items. Maria is striding forward confidently, and Kato is racing behind her. Describe where the scene is taking place in the description of the scene. Also, when introducing a character for the first time in a scene, write their name in capital letters. Kato says, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Maria says, "Are you scared?" No. Write the name of the character speaking and then write their dialogue underneath. EXT, dark alley. A cutscene pans to a dark alley in a narrow path off from the town square. Now obviously, since this was from a video game tutorial, I could write cutscenes, but in a manga or graphic novel, there obviously won't be cutscenes. So these are the elements of a screenwriting script. As you can see, this particular technique is more suited for writing movies or TV shows, but it's also very commonly used when writing a comic or graphic novel script as well. I thought it would be helpful to also show you this method so you can use these techniques and sort of apply it in a way that suits the story you're telling. So which script writing method was your favorite? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!